we are going to have to look into those gold
Good morning, Mobile
a
Legends.
matchup where both gold laners are very stable.
Good morning.
They have a
RSG
huge
versus
gold
Minana, baby.
bother.
I do feel like it's going to be a huge challenge here for Kosei to actually match up against Doming
Here
in
we
the
go.
lane. Considering that you would expect
We're
Minana
live,
to really
baby.
focus or center around these utility
Woo.
heroes, which would likely support the gold lane or aid in the laning phase. And it's been a very crucial for Kosei in the past few matches to either win his lane, because if not, and if the rest of the members of RSG don't get hold of the early game, it becomes all the more difficult for him to actually find great footing whenever there's a team fight or in general taking up the necessary gold. So right now, no Claude will be available, and the carry, it might just go into the hands of Minana since they will be the first to pick right after this banning phase.
Dan, Len, Japs, what's up?
And even Kusei, part of the conversation, knows that that's what's going to happen. They're allowing it.
Japs, I just started the stream. You're not late, bro.
Most likely, obviously, any hero that Doming has picked up. By the
Stream
way,
has been
Doming
up
one
for
of the most
T-minus 40
consistent
seconds.
players right now in Minana. Even
Let's
in
go,
the games
RSG.
that they lose,
Yep.
He goes crazy.
Yep, whether it be a Claude, a carry, even a Clint. The young Doming has played the Clint. And I don't know. With a 0%
I literally woke
win
up
on
10
average
minutes ago,
across the
so
league, I don't even think that's even worth considering. I don't know, maybe
So give me just a minute to really get my brain into
Yeah,
function.
if actually we're talking about winning the laning, then
Really?
could there be a possibility we would see the very famous lane bully right now called Roger or something?
Roger Gold.
Because
That sounds good.
That's been, or he's been making some noise recently.
He's on the road towards
Brigadier General on the
normalization,
desk.
man. Ever since
We'll get
Innocent started playing it in the opening week of MPL.
Coffee!
It was fun. That was fun. That was a fun game.
What talked about?
Harris!
0%
Here we
win
go.
rate.
0% win rate.
Okay, but maybe Doming can make some magic here.
If there was any gold laner in the whole MPL Philippines who can do it, if not Super Marco, it might be Doming, right? Or anyone.
Yeah, actually, Doming, when it comes to the mid or to the late stages of the game, we often see him in places you typically would not expect marksmen or the gold laners to be in that stage of the game. So he really has something, or he's capable of actually playing around with positioning when it comes to the latter stages of the game. And I think he's just that confident in his mechanics. Doming is a very mechanically skilled player, if I may say.
Okay, something tells me maybe RSG isn't as comfortable playing the carry because they don't have the roamer to pair it up with.
Yep.
You usually want it with a Kaj, and Coach DJ, Coach Bitoy may have closed that up. There we go. We're picking up a Nain and a Cho. The only Cho ever in MPL-PH was in the hands of JP. That's it. Now there's a second Cho.
11 p.m. here,
0%
mate.
win rate so far.
Exactly. You did win with it.
Yeah, but you know, it's something, right? It's something that can kind of deal with most of the roams.
All right, guys.
Grabs here. Definitely, he won't have
Archie-
problems like being out-sustained because a lot of
Archie's
sustained
like
heroes are
super
bad.
late game right now.
So he's gonna have to. When you can make that set quite easily, it's a big question of who. Spider-Man
Look, their
will
whole
go down.
team is late game,
And,
bro.
it's something that we should all be looking forward to see if RSG is going to be able to play out this very aggressive.
Well, at least both their
lineup,
damage
something
dealers.
That they got their hands on the Chu, and they will. Or Minana,
Bro.
they'll be completing their lineup with a Benedetta.
Wait.
Bro!
This is what I was alluding to.
Kirk.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait, whoa.
I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You did. You
This
did.
is Spider Miles now showing us his diversity.
Okay.
Let's go,
Wow.
man. Let's go.
Oh, check out the audience prediction, folks. Again,
Romarla.
RSG, majority still holding 59% to 41. What do you think? Online, who do you think is going to win? Who's going to take this? Game one, take the series. What you got? Are you Bo? Are you Kingslayers? Are you
Yeah,
Raiders?
honestly, I like
Get into it. Let
Minana's
us
draft
know.
more here.
Go into the chat. I actually like Minana's draft. I like that they're able to switch it up because I don't think RSG saw that coming.
That's right.
Definitely, and it will be a huge problem for them if they don't actually get to pay attention to the Nathan, because the Benedetta will definitely hunt him down, and that will cause a huge problem for them coming to the team fights. But wow, I think we're seeing a new
No.
form.
Wait. Hold up.
Wait.
It might not be as simple as we thought. Is that the Benedetta holding a retribution?
No.
Is it Kaizen Benedetta?
Oh, if that's the case, then this
No.
might just be the first assassin game of KZ.
Never mind.
No, hey,
Oh,
wait.
okay.
All right, cool. We're good. This is pretty normal.
Never mind.
We were just,
Why are you messing with us?
Here we
Why
go.
is
Back
Leo
to the land of done, folks.
freaking with
Just
us?
to keep you guys up to date, Spider Mouse is playing a roam Arlet.
All right. I think one of the first few times we'll be seeing it.
Yep.
I love it.
Why is he
because it
messing with
also-
us, bro?
It kind of just throws away all of the expectations of everyone who is watching out for Minana. Everyone thinks, you know what, Spider-Mouse, he's gonna go support Rome for sure, but no, showing that he's got a lot under his belt.
Yeah. I mean, the first 3 bans earlier, they were all targeted towards him. So
It was so fast as well. They didn't even take time to ban it. They just instant banned these 3 heroes.
Yep,
So fast.
It's what I'd like to call going ham. Hack a Miles.
Like a mile.
They didn't think that he could play an Arlet. Here
Domang.
Time to prove all the haters wrong, Miles. Let's do it. Early rotations see us both junglers clearing their waves. Light giving Spider Mouse here a bit of something to think about.
I don't know, man.
Hitting 4 already. This is maybe 2 seconds behind Kaizen. There you go.
yeah. I think a lot of, or RSG in this kind of composition, much of the information coming in here from Light will be mostly maximized by Aqua, trying to get the pokes. And that's something you might want to consider before engaging Minana in a team fight, because they're a very team fight centric, or we know Minana to be very powerful when it comes to doing the team fights. But right now, as we approach the first turtle, I think their plan is to really take away the Firaga as usual, but Nats won't be letting that happen that easily.
Yeah, it's super smart because Nats is not showing up. That means there's no way for them to be
Oh.
on the Firaga armor right now, who are going to be engaging here. There
A lot
you
of
go.
damage.
The Astral Echo, the highly contested or highly debated Astral Echo online.
Is this where I go? Whoa!
This is where you come in.
They hit 2. Here we go.
Exactly.
Big 4-man fight here.
Yep, happening right now.
I was
Nats
just saying,
has
because it, you were here.
engagement activated here, and Light
Oh
goes
my God,
straight
that's-
into Kaizen. That's first blood for RSG.
Oh, Lancey with a stolen last insanity. Light still going in. Kirk very low.
Oh, barely dodged it there with the Star Shatter, and Kirk is going to be in trouble still. Man, Kirk is just not showing up in the same light.
Yeah.
He's just not making the same impact here, this
Yeah.
hero, for some reason.
That early rotation coming in from RSG was something that was very rewarding for them prior to that turtle. We mentioned how Minana clearly wanted to actually get an advantage over the XP lane, but they denied them of that. And instead, it actually backfired since 2 members of Minana were forced to actually retreat. They were very low, and that was a huge advantage that RSG was able to capitalize on, securing them the turtle, and currently the 1K lead that they have in their hands.
Okay, good news, bad news. RSG has a great box. They're
They
able
do.
to take fights and deny fights, as you mentioned, Alex. So with that said, bad news, bottom lane, you're leaving Doming to farm. Every minute that Doming doesn't get anything on him leads us to Minana Evos crossing that 15-minute, 20-minute threshold, wherein they just somehow, some way flourish. That's where they took the world champions. That's where they took the MPL Philippines Season 12.
No
Grand
window
Finals,
games?
Splash
Yeah, there are no
International.
window games
They're
this
able to do
weekend.
that.
They actually did. It's actually impressive the way that Doming can really
Right?
like take something out of nothing. You know, just take something out of thin air. But that's what it looks like. But in reality, obviously, he takes it by slowly farming.
Oh!
taking fights.
Nats
He knows
down, Nats
happening
down.
Right now, on the top side, I think RSG's a little surprised here. Nats going to be going down here with the help of Lancey.
Again, I stand by the fact that this is all in an effort to take the pressure away from Doming down bottom.
Yep. And it's something you don't typically expect to see up against Harith, because Harith typically is the lane bully. But right now, to say on this Nathan, with the aid of Light, they're able to actually manage pretty well. And they're not feeling that pressure coming in here from Doming. But right now that the turtle will be spawning here in the bottom lane, we might just expect these marksmen or these gold laners to be more involved in the upcoming fight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just turtle to an already
Oh, Light!
Oh, great targeting here coming
Bro,
in
I don't
from
think I've seen Light
Make
on
sure
I
they
don't
can
think I've
get
ever-
that turtle. And of course, the fight is going to be very RSG heavy here. With Doming going down, that's going to be DPS going down for Minana.
Kaizen down, Kaizen
This
down.
is going to be trouble for everyone. Kirk gets a double,
Whoa.
but looks like there is going to be some backlash here.
Oh,
Lancey and Kirk,
no.
the 2-man combo,
Oh, no.
doing work for Minana.
Run, Aqua, run! Did not see that coming. I expected RSG to actually take the whole fight. But again, Minana Evos, they don't have a
There
great
no
box,
game
I'll have to
sound?
admit that, but they have a great
There's no
scramble.
game sound.
They're
I
able to
knew
play around
something
with
was
space
missing. I'm like, yo, why does this
RSG
feel so
can.
blank right now?
They have Doming on a Purify. They have the dashes. They have Spider-Mouse to stop the dashes. Yes, he died first. But so far, look at the conversion here.
Yeah, it's going to be another kill probably here, but
Whoa, whoa,
Kirk looks like he'll
whoa.
be able to survive here because they not really ready to chase down a rampaging Benedetta. so far.
I think you mentioned earlier we've not seen that impact yet from Kirk, but that was a consecutive
Chip will be allowed tomorrow.
triple kill and escape that he showed us right now here in this game. And they're
So we might see it.
starting to ramp up the pacing of this game towards their hands. Something you wouldn't, or I didn't really expect after.
At least in
Arsenal
NACT
secured
he'll
that
be
much
allowed.
of an early game against Minana. So right now, this might just be a huge problem since even Nats, he's feeling the pressure. The rotations here have been focused on him since earlier.
And again, even in that last turtle, he was there. He was key to actually at least trading against Minana Evos while RSG almost got wiped out. Something to note here, Doming, despite having died once and getting no kills, and Kusei getting 2 and then 1 death, are actually on par. Even after this lane switch up, they're still at the same farming pace. With Minana Evos, about 1,000 gold ahead. So this is looking good for the Tigers.
Yeah, despite not getting kills, Doming actually has 4 assists. So he's taking part, he's getting that
Ken,
gold,
get the hell out of here.
getting the funds that you need to get a Harif activated.
He's building up, and here we go. Third turtle spawning up. Likely the last, given how slow these fights happen, but how they end in the blink of an eye. Minana Evos, huge Astral Echo right in their face, and there's nothing RSG can do.
Definitely this time Minana wants to secure this turtle for themselves. This is the first turtle that they've secured after
We don't talk trash about
beautiful,
casters here, bro.
Zoning or actually managing of that particular turtle pit. But even in the jungle, they will steal away that purple buff from Demon Kite.
And they gave it to Lancy,
Lancy.
too.
Oh man,
No
this
game
is gonna
sound,
be
bro.
trouble here. I am foreseeing a very good next minute here for Minana, just the way that they're doing this. Obviously, Doming's not in a place where you can just go ham yet, but they're getting there.
All right. Now I'm curious, like just in the micro moment. Wait,
There it is.
light.
See? Lancy can just keep doing stuff like this, right?
Okay, he's fine. He's fine. There's a lot of communication that went with that play, right? They have to have spoken and said retribution into the Valentina skill for him to give it to Lancy. Very specifically.
That's
Amazing. Minana, they worked on their synergy over the break.
Yeah, we've seen this synergy in the first 2 weeks, but it's unbelievable to see that they were able to improve it in a span of like
All right,
one
I think
week
we're
or
waking
2
up.
weeks that we've also had a break here in MPL Philippines. So I think the games are just starting to become more and more exciting, unlike what we've been hearing from others' opinions as well. But they are
You know
all
what?
entitled to your own opinions.
All
so
right, I gotta chime into that one. It's exciting in its own way. I know a lot of different kinds of fans where they like what they're seeing, right? They like that this is the efficient way to do it.
It's okay to have wrong opinions, guys.
Exactly.
Here we go. Fight waiting to happen. Astral Echo thrown out. Doming just pushing in.
Good afternoon, Sileo.
Previously mentioned lack of a box.
Magandang
Minana Evos
umaga.
using this 1K goldie to make up for more than that, along with spacing. This is amazing.
They don't have a box, but they sure
We're waking
have
up, boys and
really
girls. We're
strong
waking
straight
up.
lines, right? For Lancy, especially for Kirk, right? Straight up into the Electo final blow. That's a straight line that he's capitalizing to get these hits.
Yep, and I think we are starting to see the impact.
We're
of
waking up.
Having this kind of very high mobility lineup in the hands of Minana up against RSG. Apart from the fact that we know them to be a team who can really handle team fights very well, it seems like they know from the start or whenever there's going to be a fight, they're already positioned themselves where they need to be, especially when it comes to where Kirk goes. But right now, RSG, they might want to
Oh,
contest.
nice kick,
And
nice
like,
kick.
Very beautiful pick off there. Obviously, Spider Miles gonna be removed. No final slash available right now. Here comes the explosions coming in from RSG, but they seem to be hesitating, Leo. I'm not sure why.
It's not a matter of hesitation. It's just both lineups lack either the space or the zone, and in this case, the player for them to actually lean in hard to the fight. This is discipline coming in from Minana Evos and RSG. Both of them allow the Lord to reset, and both of them jockey for position once more. Minana Evos waited for
Am I casting tomorrow? Yeah, I'm casting
and RSG are
tomorrow.
waiting for the waves to hit equilibrium, and then once more find the perfect hit with Aqua
Yes, sir.
starting off with the Astral Echo. And again, guys, real quick,
Me and
Astral
Private.
Wild reacts
Me,
so
Private, and Liz, baby.
wildly to huge Astral Echoes just because it breaks your opponent's positioning. They can't get into a position wherein they can win the fight. That's why it's so important.
And I think the surprise setups coming in from Light actually deal a great impact when it comes to catching Minana off guard. Unlike what we mentioned earlier, that they're able to really prepare themselves for each and every fight, that was something that did not happen in that fight where RSG was able to engage first. But this time around, it seems like Minana is slowly taking control again of this Lord Pit, and they do not want RSG to get the upper hand. But look at Doming. he is also positioned
No, Zeke's
very
on
well
Sundays.
in this fight. Concealed.
A very snappy engage is available here for Minana. Spider Mouse is on conceal, but will he spot it out by the Astral Echo? See, that's really, really big. And now
Astral
Spider
Echo
Mouse
doesn't
going
pop
down,
conceal,
though,
huh?
Because of the pressure, because of the energy eruption as well. Demon Kite and Last Insanity
Oh.
with Nats. Make sure that Kaizen is going to be in trouble. He can't get
And Kaizen wastes his fucking Daytona's welcome.
An RSG fight, or will it?
Lol.
Doming. Oh no, Doming. He lost his way there. It was a huge mountain chasing him. And Lights, the disengage from RSG is so good.
Rockhard is kind of off right now.
There was no one available for Doming to take.
It was a surprise. I mean, they were all positioned so well, and Minana, they seemed to like get hold of that situation. But for some reason, we see how Nats was really able to time that last.
Bro, I need
also
game
very
sound,
well.
bro.
Really well, yeah.
And when,
Also-
when Kusei or when Domeng rather decided to engage, I feel like it was a minute too late, or there were already two scattered all around that Lord Pit, and they weren't really able to work together, unlike what we really expect Minana to do whenever there are team fights.
Long and short of it, Minana Evos took a little while longer.
They
RSG got into position so much faster, made the most of that 3-man Astral Echo. They know that whoever's in front of us now is who's ready to fight. Whoever else is joining from the flanks, we can kill whoever we have in our sight now, and that's what happened. It became a 2 for none.
Yeah, there just is none.
It was a little shocking how
There
Minana
just is
were
no
looking
game
for these
sound.
targets, and then they suddenly realized, you know what, Doming's here.
Yeah.
So after that, what's he gonna do, right? So RSG, they looked into it.
Yeah.
They noticed that, you know what, Minana's not taking these Lord fights right away. They're taking the fights after.
No, there's just no game
That's
sound
why
right now.
vision is so important. ladies
Not
and
like in the
gentlemen.
stage.
Minana Evos, for them to be able to check into a bush, they got to do it the old-fashioned way. They got to send someone there, throw a skill, or maybe in the case of Kirk, dash
Which
in their sword intent.
definitely
Go for an eye if someone is in there ready with their skills, and then get out. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
RSG
Changes
they
the
have
vibe.
Astral Echo.
That's the biggest difference we're seeing in the in the compositions of both of these teams. They really have to go near the bushes that they check as compared to RSG with the amount of information not just the Astral Echo can provide, but even all the other skills here that Aqua has as the nonchalant leader
Nonchalant.
here of
Whoa.
RSG. But look at that.
Oh, look at this. Kirk's on the side. He's waiting. He's looking for a target, but RSG are not giving it.
No.
He's in up front. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Nom, nom, nom. It's going to be someone
Whoa.
with a very, very thick Firaga armor, though. Last Insanity out, slides in. But
Oh,
here comes
latency,
Lancy. They're trying to see if they
latency.
can catch up on the Demon Kite, who is actually quite low, but Light is still here.
Oh.
He still
Oh,
has the
Kirk
hit.
into the
Deactivate,
backside, but he gets
activates.
kicked.
Kirk is the target, and Kirk might be low. He's going
Light
to be able
saves
to
the
dash
day.
out, though.
Close call. RSG almost came in with the collapse from the back.
Very
And
close.
Just the same, RSG's still 2K ahead, so it's not going to happen. Not so
Nana's
quickly.
still able to
We're
zone
gonna
him
item
away,
in
though.
here. Bring it out while we're waiting for the Lord to spawn. This is a Luminous Lord incoming. Anything interesting here?
Interesting that Spider Miles is yet to actually build his first item. He
I like hearing
focused
Brigida on
like,
English Desk.
having an item for damage. He's focused on getting defense for physical defense and magic defense, but
Hello.
he's yet to
Nice
build
to
an
have
actual
a-
item, and we're 13 minutes into this game.
It's a little bit of everything.
A girl
Super
on the
chop
English
sweeping.
desk.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
For
That's
MPL-PH.
a beautiful engage here, but at the end, it is going to be Nats, who still has that Firaga armor. He's still going to be able to get out, and here comes Kirk. Maybe he can do something, but no, with Light very close by, he says, no way, Jose, I'm not going into that one.
No way, Jose.
You see how RSG, they're slowly starting to
Give me my
anticipate
game
the,
sound.
surprises from Kirk very well. Like, we don't see him getting those very impactful final blows anymore whenever
Yeah.
there's a team fight, unlike like earlier when he got that triple kill. And right now that might just be a problem for them, since it seems like this time it's RSG's getting a better hold of how they're
Oh,
doing the team
Kusei,
fights.
Kusei.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness.
That's
They
it.
went straight for Doming and RSG. That was a very stonks pickup for them if I've ever seen one.
That was a 2-man hit squad. Now, Lance in trouble.
He's in trouble. Nat's trying to see if he can bait out multiple members of Minana, which he is doing. Kirk's Spider
Oh.
and it's going to be a disaster of a show.
GG's.
Minana just taking bodies on
GG's.
the floor.
Oh my, Kusei, he's able to have the time of his life. There's literally, he's not facing
Give
the
me my
problems he
game
expected him to
sound.
face. He isn't bothered by the presence of a Benedetta hunting him down every now and then. The Arlot who might just dash straight towards him. And it
Oh
seems like
boy.
RG, they're looking to end this.
Seem to be very happy to go for it.
Purify?
Denying
Nope,
that pick,
GG's.
but it doesn't matter anymore. 1v4, 1v5 is not something that Domin can do right now. It's 1-0 for RSG.
Easy peasy lemon
Deterministic
squeezy.
And full of conviction. push in by the Kingslayers. Minana Evos, you see what they were trying to do. You see what they were trying to set up. It's just after RSG read them throughout the second Lord, that's it. They had nothing else, and I'd say, it's fair to say, after that moment, it's checkmate.
Yeah. So now we see how RSG is a team who, once they find a way to get hold of that early game, even if they don't like get the first few kills or the first few objectives, they can really hold that particular lead that they get. They ended this game once again in 15 minutes, and for the record, that's the average game time that they've had in the past 2 weeks, and almost all of their matches fell within that 15-minute mark.
And it makes sense because it looked like Minana Evos was trying to do something that they weren't used to. To be fair, they were picking fights at what, 8 or 9 minutes, and they were winning them. They were winning even turtle fights, and maybe some Lord fights until they weren't. So with that said, there is some growth from Minana Evos. They're showing us something new. It's just they were stepping into a realm where RSG was 100% comfortable.
Yeah, and they're getting into a position where they're doing these fights without their comfort heroes. Yeah. That's very interesting for Minana. They gave away, and we're seeing the big difference between Lancey.
Who is BTK facing tomorrow?
And Lancey on a different hero.
Yeah.
It just
well, there's growth. I mean, we see it in the Arlot pickup from Spider Miles. That's
impressive.
Here you go.
Very impressive.
I heard it. Yeah, I'll be watching Bren versus bro. Of course, I'll be watching Bren
for
versus
him
Echo.
Using that Arlot, we
Of course, I'll be watching Bren versus Echo. That's the game of the. That's the game of the first split right there.
There was an impactful.
That's the game. That's the game. Brigitte does look pretty.
That explains maybe why he
And
Here's the analysis, but first up, let's award our MVP of Game 1.
good day, senor. Good day, sir. I need to shave off this beard, guys. It's getting fucking
and this was the type of laning you would want to see from Kusei because it blends well with what RSG Philippines really wants to do, which is to really establish the game, and we've been saying that nonstop throughout.
Of course, I got Echo, bro.
Game. Now, as we've mentioned, the
Glenn?
earliest parts
Don't
of
you know
the
who you're
game
talking
weren't
to?
really favorable for them. We've seen Minana try to really do something.
Of course, I got Echo, baby.
Even though we assumed it to be some time bought by that team for their gold laner as well, which was Doming, to actually take or dominate that lane, Kusei did not let that happen. Kusei and Light, they were able to manage really well, and eventually we felt the impact or the damage that he was able to build throughout.
I'll be wearing my jacket, yes.
And even those crucial Lord
Be
fights,
part of it right there. That little speck of orange in the corner.
for his team because he was just that free. He really didn't feel any pressure.
Oh,
coming
what
in
a
from
freaking
the
highlight,
opposing team,
baby.
unlike what we expected the situation to be. And these were the first few times where we've seen actually decent engages coming in from Minana as well, and RSG actually feeling the pressure and somewhat being scattered. We've seen like some delayed responses, but overall, once they were really able to find or to assign themselves what they were supposed to do eventually right after.
Actually, I mean, I just woke up
the,
30 minutes ago.
Best team fight, which went in favor of Minana. Not the same situation never happened again. This was one of the, I think, a minute too late situations we've been talking about earlier as well. And there was, I feel like, a huge disconnection or miscommunication that happened between Minana because they were in a very beautiful positions prior to that fight, but they were just not able to coordinate it well enough to win and take advantage of it. And once RSG, they were really able to see or to actually open that opportunity towards ending that game. They did not prolong it any longer. And given just how well farmed Kusei was already at that point of the game, they were confident that they were just literally able to end that game without anything in mind, especially as even though the death timers were very low, they really were.
RSG top 6. Yeah, they're like tied for 6th and 5th. Them and Minana right now are tied. I think this actually puts them at 5.
RSG here really focused as well on the sustain and being.
If they win here, it puts them at 5.
Even trying to respond to the sustain that they have, the building immediately, the Sea Halberd, which we'll be looking at later on, or as you can see right now in our item builds. But one thing to point out as well is the build we see here from Spider Miles, not being able
I have a cup of coffee right here.
or to establish
We're working
full
on it.
item. Even though we were already 15 minutes into the game, it was understandable he wanted to build or to have at least the early game damage and the Fury Hammer and some answers to the pressure, the damage coming in from the very well-rounded lineup here of RSG, who invested pretty well both in magic and physical damage.
Luckily,
but then it was not enough to actually answer or to provide, since he
I
found
think the
it
real
really
win for
hard.
MPL-PH
The
this
problem was not
season
really
is
on
the
the
rolling
damage
schedule.
stages of the game,
I still can't
but
get
on
over it.
how they were
Because
able
if this
to
game ends
execute their
2-0,
skills and,
we know we don't have to
figure them
wait
out
super
pretty well.
long for the
There
next
was
one.
always an immediate answer, if not to Kirk, to Spider Miles whenever he was looking for the engages, as mentioned earlier. And there was a huge difference as well in terms of how we are able to see the impact of these XP laners we've been talking about. Again, we pretty much expected the damage to come from Kirk to hunt down the damage dealers here for RSG. But Nats, on the other hand, he did the exact opposite. He went for the front, and he was literally there to absorb and to take on all the damage as well from the other members of Minana. And he did pretty well in actually trying to hold on everything. He was the sandbag here, taking up a total of 108,236 damage, and he was also able to deal out the most damage against the members of Minana, who were in the front, particularly Kaizen here, who I feel was the biggest receiver of all that, or of all the flamethrowers that he threw in that entire time.
Who's it gonna be?
And
Eman.
interestingly
And
here,
they already
we
did.
mentioned in the first few minutes of the game that RSG might just really capitalize on the vision, and it did not immediately come here from Aqua, but was also from Light. So we see Light roaming around the map almost in every part of the map, and
20-minute
providing
break.
the necessary information here. So Aqua
Yeah, it's
could
not long,
also
it's
hit the
nice.
necessary targets, and all those in total came together, or they really worked together pretty well. Like the vision coming in from Aqua, the information coming in here from Light, and the other members of RSG, they just really showed us how it was to pull off a great team fight.
I think it's not just a matter of RSG doing the right thing, because Minana Evos actually presented a threat. They just exactly knew how to answer that threat, and I'd like to think maybe going into game 2, first halfway into the draft, it was clear that Minana Evos might be going down the same path, right? And then they swerve us with the Arlet in Rome.
Out of nowhere.
Abdul, what's up, bro?
Maybe
Jojo, Frostwolf Skull.
They readjust. They have to recalibrate. That's my take here.
It was a very, I would say, valiant effort to kind of adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
Or maybe, I don't know, it didn't feel like they were ready for it just yet. Maybe not yet.
They'll definitely have to grip hard on their Infinix GT series.
Grip hard, baby.
That's brought to you by Infinix. I'll play the rest. The official sponsor.
Grip
of
hard,
MPL
baby.
Season 13.
Yeah, be unstoppable and outplay the rest with Infinix.
All right, real quick, reminding everyone, Vexana's high rarity Zenith skin, Twisted Fairy Tale, is now available from March 25 to April 30th. So about a month left in here. Participate in
MPL-PH is about to go bankrupt. They're cost cutting. That's why they apply a rolling schedule. That's sad if that's true, bro.
Your first daily single draw.
And you can even stand a chance to win Vixana's Battle Emote, I'm the Queen! Elimination Effect, and Apple of Doom, and other amazing skins. So join in the fun and draw now.
It's
All
very sad if that's true.
Going back into looking for your power spike, because this game 1 loss, right? This doesn't change anything. If you still win the series, you still get 3 points.
Yes.
Minana Evo is still on the road to maybe finding their power spike. But
The thing is like,
gotta win one more and deny.
MPL-PH will never,
Taking their time in the break and then just going with the dub.
like, they would never get
Both
shut
of these
down.
really want those points. They're in
Middle of the
very
pack.
similar positions in the standings.
I don't know if that's true.
In
Here's the
terms of
thing, like,
standing
for
as well,
let's just
one,
break,
three,
let's
seven,
just
and
throw
one,
out the,
so
there you go.
let's
they
just put it
really
like
want
this,
those
right?
points.
And the question is, where will this
NACT
power
is
spike come from?
completely Moonton
Climbing out
supported.
of
There
that
is no
run.
franchise, there is no sponsors, there are no orgs paying for slots, nothing at all, right?
Congratulations.
Hey!
And actually, I did not know this. Spider
But-
is also a fur daddy who has 2 Persian cats.
Stacey
But-
Tebow?
I want to meet Stacey.
And we-
make it happen, Miles.
Can we break? Can we have a
Moonton just
pet
completely pays for NACT. We're straight out of their
Maybe.
budget.
Speaking of pet
MPL-PH at least has
there
some
might
sort of
be,
funding
pet day.
outside of Moonton.
11.
Oh,
Sheesh.
National
And even if all that went away,
that's pet day.
Amazing.
Moonton would still budget
Of
out
course, Demon Kai also
for
has,
MPL.
Heaven. What
They
about
would
you
have to.
guys? Who are your pets?
They're the
What are
best
your
region in
pets'
the
names?
world.
Comment down below.
If you have any cats,
I'm curious.
I'm a big cat guy. You know that I have two cats as well, like Cups and
I don't
Cats,
think
so-
I don't think they
Your baby
actually.
just
I don't.
turned 1.
Yeah, my Persian.
I mean, it's
yeah,
very
also
possible they're
turned
still
one.
cost
Also
cutting.
Persian cat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Persians.
I
The
don't-
win-win.
Wait, why are carrying them.
Oh, this is how I carry cups and castles.
I think also a rolling schedule keeps viewers better,
Alright,
man.
anyways,
That's how you carry them?
yep, they're just dudes.
A rolling schedule keeps viewers better.
Cats. Anyways, back into the action here. Demon Kite, we thought would be the key to the power spike.
Yep.
Game 1 MVP, Kusei. Something tells me if they're able to make Kusei feel more confident and have him be enabled, empowered all throughout, he might lead RSG back into podium finish position.
Yeah, Kusei, despite not playing obviously in their S9 prime, still really did show a lot of promise. Like he did show
Mirko
promise
wants.
a lot
Do we VC with
results
Mirko,
in
guys?
other regions. So yeah, this is his time.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think we've mentioned how the impact of the change in their gold laner was slightly felt in the first few weeks, but we've had quite a long break, and I think it was enough time for them to slowly see that this is how we should actually let Kusei play his game.
That's
because
right.
this is the way that they can all the more take hold of their power spike, as we mentioned in the keys to victory, which is in the early game, early to mid stages of the game.
Do it.
Kusei's way.
Kusei is the way.
Kusei's the
right?
way.
Kusei is the way, and I'm not just saying this because he's a close friend, former player, but because you put respect on his name. He is a Kamai king. He is an MPL-PH
These peach cats.
champion. So he has 2
Do
MPL
it.
championships now. All right, so put respect on
Do
his name.
it.
For MNNE though, talking about Nana Evos, who might help them? Who might get them across the line and maybe take us to game 3? We'll find out here. We start with the draft. I assume Minana Evos going to be on the play, as they should be.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. I think one of the biggest things that they maybe can take note of is, you know, you threw 2 people out of their comforts. Number 1, Spider Miles back on a huge engage support. Maybe reel him back in.
Yep.
Or maybe just put Kirk back on the R-Lot. Just choose one.
Yeah.
Don't do both.
Don't do both.
Right?
That might just be the plan though, since Minana Evos right now, they're slowly taking out the assassins who are very high in mobility. The Fanny, which surprisingly will be their priority ban in this game.
The
So
Milan.
it's been a while, but then it's Demon Kite we're talking about. They have to take out that smile from him. And they're going to complete their first 3 bans, targeting Demon Kite, all assassins right now.
I actually have to
Yo,
commend
J. Cole drops a surprise album.
Yeah.
The way where he started.
What?
Okay, something tells me.
Hold on.
this is less
Wait,
targeting
what?
Demon Kite. Yes, it's a
Did J.
byproduct
Cole drop a surprise album?
of allowing Minana Evos to do Minana Evos things. If you allow an assassin to snowball, forget about crossing the 15-minute line.
Yep.
So that's where I'm seeing this go. But this is interesting.
Oh.
By
What?
banning Rafaela, RSG still are on the ham plan, even when they're on red. So what is this? What does it mean? Minana Evos go for Arlot now?
The R-Lot might not
Oh.
be the
Mino.
answer, since earlier
Did he
Matilda,
respond
Angela, and
to-
Minotaur were banned. So right now that it's been
Oh.
available,
He responded
for
to
other wilds,
Kendrick?
They decide to prioritize this again. Going back to the idea that they might want to play around their comfort picks, since that's what worked best for them in the past few weeks.
Correct. So working on that one, they secure obviously a huge setter hero, and they also can, you know, if ever you pick an Arlot here, it actually works very well. It combos very well.
Bro, I literally every day I go on YouTube and I go,
RSG's willing to take that,
Drake. I type every day just to see if it happened yet. I go,
but more likely not.
response to Kendrick or
It's
Drake
doable.
and J. Cole response to Kendrick, Drake and J. Cole, and I've been getting nothing.
Check it out, top 3 players.
Nothing but
All
fake
gold laners. We still have yet
garbage.
to see what Doming picks here in game number 2. Doming is actually number
Does he
1
actually
with
drop
34.
Kendrick's name?
Most kills.
Alongside the Filipino sniper Oheb and M5 world champion Super Marco.
Yeah, so you know they're really in it for the action.
Yep. Something to note again, how the stats are skewed against Marco is because they've actually all won sweeps. So
Yeah.
that's why he has less kills, less reps.
And quick games.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Whereas
Super
Minana, super long games.
Take it all the way.
Tail.
Every single time. Here we go. Closing up the second phase. Okay, are we going to recalibrate and slightly realign back into the normal in the meta and get a gold laner now?
That's like a
They
good
might-
idea.
Oh, well, they won't. So we've been talking about comfort picks, and I feel like it's the theme for their first 3 picks, because for
Wait.
Spider Miles, he gets hold of the Minotaur, Kaizen, the Barats, and Lancy.
Where's the Nova?
Then
Wait,
I
does
was actually
Kendrick
waiting
sing
for
the
it.
Humble?
Where's the
Yes,
Navaria?
Kendrick sings the song Humble.
Fights?
It seems seems like
Drake
the early
Ghost Rider
game
still
is something
cooking.
we really want to
Damn,
test,
bro.
And at the same time, I feel like Clancy might just be more confident in playing the Lilia as compared to the Novaria. I mean, you can also hunt for the Novaria while using the Lilia.
Well,
but then,
yeah, you know what? You were talking about making a box. This is one of the most crazy boxes we've ever seen,
yeah.
right? You have an exploding Minotaur and KZen who's willing to take anybody, and then
Damn.
just blooms everywhere.
Yeah, no.
That's a great box.
You populate
That's a
the
great box right
It's a
there.
hurt
Fill it
box.
up.
It's a
Loving
hurt
that
box.
box.
Magic. So now RSG have to respect that.
You ever seen that box,
weirdly
boys?
enough, the cores are off the picture. We don't know where the main damage source for both teams are going to come from. The killers going into second phase.
Yeah.
There's one. There's the Claude.
So
Bitch, be humble.
for
Sit
this
down.
Series at least, we're not really seeing the gold laners being prioritized. So they're left to be picked in the second phase of the draft, and
Bro,
they're
can we get game sound,
slowly
man?
Steering away from what we typically expect, such as the carry, such as the Claude or the Bruno. We've seen, like for the first game, it was a Harith and a Nathan for these two teams.
Which is weird because now in the metagame, maybe more than ever in the past 2 or 3 years. Again,
Both
in
need marksmen.
modern MLBB sports history, gold
Carry
laners actually
open.
cracked wide open. Besides the
RSG gets
carry,
first pick.
Claude,
Probably see a carry
Bruno
from
and
RSG, but
Brody,
carry,
which are, I
big
think,
chance of getting banned here.
top 4 heroes right now. You still have the Clint, Harriet, Beatrix, Nathan, Ruby, Freya, Layla in gold. And now even Masha might be making a run for it.
I love that you kind of slowly,
Now I
hit
got a
the
ban
Freya,
carry here, right?
Roger, yeah. Even Roger, I didn't mention it. But yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Freya, bro.
Well, I mean, even for the Fredrin, the Masha might just be a very huge.
Carry from RSG.
Decent adjustments made.
They already got a
on
Lilia. They
hero.
need an XP laner.
Capable of even shredding down the.
Might
tankiest
see
heroes.
might see the Benedetta again. Might.
They definitely would not want that.
She's
I mean, RSG might pick up the Natan again. They might just do the same exact draft, honestly.
Because every time an H
The problem with carry here, though, the Lilia,
every time she loses an H
could be a
mark,
problem.
She becomes CC immune and immune from 1 bit of damage
Yeah,
after.
one bit.
What? It's basically a stop click for those.
Need
of
Roam
you
from
playing,
RSG.
Hero clicks. Like a
No, they have roam. They have roam. They have roam on our lot.
It's like a Firaga armor pop.
Yeah. So it's like she'll just get that. So regardless of how much crowd control.
They might switch up though. Could be EXP our lot.
She loses an HP bar, she'll be able to break free, literally, and run away because she's just that fast whenever she activates her first skill as well. So right now that they took that out of the picture, the remaining gold laners actually, if we were to think of it, might just be the carry. Okay.
Carry.
So right now they're definitely
What does Minana respond with?
So yeah, the damage there. You know what? Minana's been trying to see if they can take care or take
Brody,
care of the box here
Bruno.
by removing the X-Borg, but you know what? The damage from the carry can really rip into either one of these heroes, the Minotaur or this Barat. So they're still in trouble.
They just have to be very selective now. Instead of it being the X-Borg, which will hurt overall, especially since we know that
Ixia,
Nat's so good at placing
probably.
himself, they have to now be.
They
careful
might pick
with
the
when they
Natan,
take the
honestly.
fight. So now maybe
Who
RSG is
knows?
Sending the message, hey, if you take us past the 15-minute mark, we're just as dangerous.
Yep. Actually, to think about it, if you think about it,
Harith.
there's also.
I didn't think they
the,
would go the Harith
CC
again just
available,
because.
If they might, but they won't.
Vamos!
It's a
I don't know if they can use
for
chip right now.
Kirk this time. So if we're talking about engage, then they just really want to go for the all-out engages and team fights. And I feel like the early game right now for Minana, it's going to be very action-packed. It's kind of scary if you think about it, because they have all these resources in Thamos, the Lilia, and even the Minotaur. So what could the the Grok?
It's got dive written all over it. The answer from RSG, an instant bit of CC. Dear Lord, that's 3 big CCs. I mean, 2.5 because you're waiting for the Fred. You're waiting for the Fred,
Yeah.
but look at that.
Ashuda.
The Grok is our lot.
Very
No
explosive
shot.
lineup. You need that wall.
Ah.
You need that wall to stop the
Ah.
5-man rampaging lineup.
Ah!
So that Grok is actually pretty good, I would say.
So
Oh!
they have a lot of ways to also disrupt the positioning that Minana Evos wants to pull off in this fight. But what we're really looking out for in this match, as we started in a few, is like how are they exactly going to play around these heroes? Because
And
it's up against RSG, and you make one mistake in the early game, they're going to take that early game away from you.
And it's not like RSG has no punish, right? It's clear that, yes, their damage is scaling, but we've seen them do amazing things with a lineup like this. So now going into game number 2, it's match point for the Kingslayers.
Echo will win.
Folks at home watching, do you believe
Echo
it's
got
truly
this.
checkmate with this Grok pickup and the hard dive that Minana Evos have committed themselves to? Are we even seeing game 3? Who you got, RSGPH or MNNE? Both junglers just wailing away at their first buffs, and it's a counter start.
Yeah, press
Bro,
1
give
for
me
Minana
game
and press
sound,
2 for
bro.
RSG
There's
on the
like-
comment
Type it out,
section.
just
I wanna
type it
see
out.
that.
Or just
Type it out.
Just-
Exactly. It's so interesting because
There's
right
like
now,
no
obviously,
game sound.
Minana's going back to doming on a Hive. So I think they really practiced something on the on the break here.
They really want to do something with this Harith in the hands of Doming, but the early to Wanderer as well and the rotations, instead they're coming in from Minana.
No hot take,
I'd
just Echo
expect
winning,
that
bro.
RSG with the Grok in their hands would be able to like clear waves faster and rotate faster. to
Echo
get
loud,
over
Echo
to
proud,
the
baby.
Varia, but we're not seeing that situation. It seems like Spider Miles, he's just staying beside Light whenever he goes somewhere in this map.
All right. Looking at just the potential macro, right? Look at how easy RSG is crossing into Minana Evos' territory, into the jungle, even before the turtle spawns. I'm worried about Kirk. This is one of the few times that Kirk actually has no CC.
Very rare time, and we'll also see Lancey, who does not
Oh,
have
oh,
the
oh.
black shoes yet. Just dodging out of there, and of course making sure
Oh
that
my
Aqua
God,
doesn't hit him with that
That was
star
close.
shot.
Okay, so somehow, even if Minana Evos was able to take the early rotations here, it didn't really
Kirk, you're
benefit
dead,
them.
bro.
Super risky
gonna
right
die.
now for Minana.
Oh.
Oh,
Kirk,
boy!
you're gonna die!
You saw it coming. We all saw it coming. First blood for RSG.
Already a man
Yikes.
down. Minana Evos. This is going to be a difficult turtle take for them.
Yikes.
RSG make a beeline.
Okay,
Bring
so
in the drums,
Evos
baby.
here, and even Lancey
Oh, down
He
goes
will
Lancey.
be
GG's.
taken out.
GG's,
That's
baby.
2 consecutive casualties here for Minana.
Yeah, valiant effort right now here. Obviously, Light is going to have to use the
Oh!
wild
Whoa.
charge to get out, but then again, the hits from Aqua are really making a dent here. The HP bars of Minana.
It's a matter of inches. Now Nat's deep in.
That's very deep, very
Oh,
confident
my
here
God,
with a fine
nice
slash
on a
as
slash.
well. They have to make it out of there, uses a flicker just to make sure he doesn't die. And this is basically RSG capitalizing on Minana's lack of early game damage.
Wow. Almost attempted the purple steal too, but Lancey says no.
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 Sound effect, right? No.
That was me.
Oh, that, oh.
That was you?
Oh, that was
I
Brady.
thought that was in-game. Oh my goodness.
Alex, look at the items.
Oh my. But I also thought it was in-game. But right now,
You wouldn't hear anything
we
in-game,
see
guys, because
a
there's no in-game
slightly
sound.
different, or actually, it's not that different. They're RSG right now. They're really being aggressive as well, focusing on getting those early damages here. We've seen several Fury Hammers as well, and you definitely would want to control or actually hold on to this lead that you already have if you were this team. But knowing RSG, they definitely will be able to pull that off. I mean, look at them now. They're being extra careful as well. They're not overextending anymore when they know that they have to resume and farm for a bit. I feel like we will be expecting them to show up later on once we are anticipating the next turtle. But before that,
Oh boy, this top lane is becoming such a huge
Oh.
focus here for RSG with one more kill.
Bro, it's
And
GG's.
basically,
Whoa.
RSG taking down Kirk with ease. Kaizen can only watch, basically, and everyone's screaming in the arena. I don't know why.
All right.
But,
It's because it's Nat's entertainment. It's Nat's time.
oh, we're back to that
He's
era.
going Nats.
Right.
He scored 3 of the major categories from game 1. And now he's here.
It's
He's
D's
feeling
Nats,
himself.
baby.
Everyone's very excited to see Nats
D's
back at it
Nats.
so we recall how RSG is in a completely different form whenever Nats is activated or whenever he gets to perform the way he's been performing, especially during their prime. So right now, we're seeing them, once again, they might just take on or really control this turtle pit.
Here we go. Watch the wall. Check Light. He's able to turn things around just like this. Turtle out a fifth of its health. Astral Echo.
And there you go, a flicker in straight
Aizen
into
actually
a
able to
wild
take it.
charge, but it will still be a Minana turtle.
Not
And
bad.
The
Oh.
follow-up team fight actually is favoring Minana quite heavily.
Whoa.
Aqua not really hitting the damage that you
Kirk.
need. Demon Kite gonna fall here, but Kirk as
That's
well.
value.
The answer
2
by
for 1,
RSG.
2 for 1.
were some beautiful
Well played by Minana.
knockups coming in from Spider Miles, canceling even the Appraiser's Wrath and a lot of supposed crowd control skills coming in from
Bashuda.
RSG. So that was clearly
Though
a
what they
moment
tell
for
you,
Minana to actually take
though what
control
they
of the
tell
game and
you,
eventually secure
you
the
know, you
third
would
goal
hear
for
some different
themselves.
Not
words.
just, I guess.
Depending
even
on who you
Kaysen,
ask.
The fact that he held on with
I'm
just
more of an
that little bit of
MPL-PH
health,
fan.
holding out and saying, you know what, we're committed to taking the turtle. Let's even the odds here. Make sure that the ball don't come in, feel disappointed. We might even lose a 2-0. If anything, it's a close game. We might even see game 3 here now, given how Minana was fighting back.
Nothing too crazy right now, but of course, that's a lot of resources, ultimates being used by RSG to see if they can take down Doming. This might be an opportunity for Minana to clap back here with Spider Miles having the Minoan Fury ready.
Right now, they know that there's no wild charge anymore in the hands of Light, but it seems like they won't be looking for the fights. In the meantime, there's a level gap already existing between these two XP leaders. There's so much action which happened in top
Tenson
lane,
by
but right now it
Moonton?
might
Where'd you
just
hear that
be the
at?
time for us to focus a bit on the bottom lane. It seems like the gold in the hands of Kusei is slowly actually piling up, so he might just be a huge threat if lit this way afterwards.
I'd give him maybe 3 more minutes. Going into Lord territory. Once we're in Lord territory and it's the same story and Kusei isn't even given any bit of pressure, then Minana Evos is in trouble. But as it is, they've closed the gap, down about 200 gold, and it looks like they're actually jockeying for position for this next turtle, 10 seconds away. This is actually
Yeah,
looking
Minana's
50-50.
actually
Yeah, I think Minana
kinda
Evos
back
is
in
feeling
there.
confident because they found a way to deal with Aqua. You know, the way that they deal with the Navaria, just play straight close to the face.
Yep.
The Navaria can't really do that much with that range.
That's at range. Even Light, they know how to stop Light. They're
True
able
though.
to threaten a big knockup and then close the gap. Oh wait, huge Astro Echo.
Wow.
No secrets here.
We're not going to bring that up, but look at this. It's also
Oh!
a huge final slash. And he catches
Well played.
Nats on the way out.
Oh, messed
and
up on
the
the
knockups
Minoan's
are
Fury,
beautiful.
though.
Look at the
But it's okay.
beautiful
Light
box
taking a lot of
that
damage.
Minana have created here.
Domang,
And the damage
Domang.
is real, but Kirk's still not going to be able to sustain that long, though.
They're short on
RC
range.
able to
though,
find
Rockhard,
one.
They're short on range.
The range is a problem.
They couldn't finish off Demon Kite or Light, and just like that, gives enough time for RSG to
Tough.
actually reset and maybe give Minana something to think about. The bottom, the whoa.
Oh, man. That's a Purify, I think, used up. Was it? No,
Nope.
it wasn't.
He just dashed right
Just
out. of
dashed
range.
right out, yeah.
He's on Flicker.
I was
Oh,
thinking he was on
Lord.
Flicker. Wait,
He's
bro.
on Flicker.
He's on Flicker, exactly.
What?
Doming.
Nasty. That's confidence.
That's Daredevil moves right there.
Oh, but there? Okay.
Domang
Okay,
is on
so this
Flicker.
one is going to be a free turtle.
Yep.
RSG and Minana, they reached a gentleman's agreement.
Flicker
here.
Harris.
Surprisingly.
What's the fight going to look like here?
Yes. Actually, if
We saw basic on
look
Flicker
at
Harris
the
last week,
call, what
didn't
just
we?
happened earlier, that could have been a very beautiful place for
Against
Minana to pull off
Kohari?
that fight, and it was in a very narrow, what do you call this?
Corridor, yeah.
Corridor. So the
Comanche
the
Battles,
knockout
what's
coming
up,
in
bro?
from Minoan Fury was felt by almost everyone, but we have to acknowledge, I think, the sustain or the tankiness that some or certain members here or the frontliners of RSG already have. They really didn't fall down during that instance, and at the same time, we just slowly fell.
We'll say
how
those
they
who,
were able to
whoever wins
also
MPL-PH
manage
is going to win
give
MSC.
Kusei
Okay.
and the rest of the members here enough space to free hit and to damage the members of Minana all the while those were happening. So even the wild charge here was timed pretty well from Light.
Turkey's going to,
target,
Fireflex is going to
just
win
Kirk.
MSC.
So even though he was
This year.
using the vengeance at that time, they
Turkey,
were able
baby.
to already dish out the necessary damage taken down. But Minana, they're looking to get the objectives, the turrets this time, and the RSG. Okay, that was a Daytona's welcome that did not connect.
All right, Minana knows they have a
You guys
really
believe?
strong kill box.
Do you
and they're
believe?
not afraid to use it, but look at this, RSG, they're playing around it. They're trying to pick it off part by part, seeing if they can separate the biggest components and make it easy for them, make the fight easier for them.
And this separation.
Oh, I know.
it's
That's
making
why
things harder
I
for
know
Minana
they're not
Evos.
bad.
At every turn, at every point, we just saw there maybe a minute ago.
I'm not being completely
Tried to push
serious,
down
but I
bottom,
think
but RSG denied it. So
if
there's
there was a
nothing to trade
region,
for in that top lane tier
if there was a
one, and
region
that's
like
making it harder
outside of
for
Indo or
Evos to
PH
actually
that I
fight
think
for these
was going
major
to take it,
objectives.
I
Lord
think
spawning in about 20, and even the
they would
again,
be on the
same
list.
story as minute 1. RSG's crossing
Pick
the river
FF
a
would be
little
on the
too
list.
constantly for Minana Evos' taste. And that's
Unless
gonna be hard
FF doesn't
for
unless
some of
FF
them
doesn't
to
win.
catch up. It's not very
Turkey.
often that you find those moments where they're stuck in little corridors like that.
That's true.
RSG won't allow that, not so quickly, not so easily.
Yeah. And even for the frontliners here of Minana who actually want to slightly show themselves.
And they not on the
RSG,
list. I don't know.
they
We'll
will
see.
really get poked here, and they are starting
Depends.
to feel how they won't be hesitating or be thinking
Depends.
twice whenever they see someone who they can target. But right now, it's Light currently hiding, will be scouted here by KZen, but RSG, they're also all together and ready, but the reset will happen once again.
Look at the long
Yeah,
lane
we'll see.
management here.
I don't know.
RSG are
We still
constantly
like. Here's the
focusing
thing,
on
man.
that.
Here's the thing
Yes,
about
they're allowing Minana Evos to take some space
EECA.
up, but
They
Demon Knight
have
is
they have
always
not
taking
they
that
have
top
yet to
flank.
beat an Indo
So
or
it's allowing
Filipino
for them to
team.
actually still control not just vision, not just space, but even how hard or how deep you're going into committing.
Yeah, super crucial what that we saw there as well. We saw Doming use the flicker.
That's huge.
Because of the roam, because of the conceal.
Oh!
And there you go, the flicker that we're seeing. The wild charge is insane from Light,
Oh!
but he might have to pay for it with his life though.
Oh
And
my!
that's
Fight's
too
still
expensive.
ongoing. And look at that, Nats actually used up quite a lot to get behind enemy lines, and Kirk, he's starting to get tankier compared to earlier.
It's expensive, but it's worth it. A roamer for a gold laner.
Very worth.
He
They're
read
yet to
into
be
it,
the Indonesian
and
or
dear
Filipino team.
Lord. Speaking of, literally, they're going for the Lord here. Took a while, 11 minutes in, but now it's just down to a fifth of its health. KZen looking for the steal.
Nats is being so pesky right now here. While Minana are trying to get into retribution range, and now the fight might actually favor them instead.
All right, they're pushing back. They're falling back. RSG, take the Lord, suffer a trade, and walk away with it. I think they're happy with it, but they lose some on the way.
This
They
could be a
lose
this could be
turn,
a
and they
20-minute
lose
game right
Crusade.
here.
That
This could be a
engage, taking
20-minute
out
game
Doming
right
in the
here.
picture was something that Minana definitely did not expect at the time. The Respo,
Oh.
it came a bit too
A lot of
late.
tier
And
two,
the
all
Astral Meteor,
tier
imagine,
2 still up
Aqua
for
was
Minana.
that close to their target to be able to just use the Astral Meteor to take him out. Not even the Star Shatter. He was just really facing Doming at that moment. And like, I think that was a really great sacrifice coming in from him. And even though Minana, we see them actually occasionally trying to take some trades or punishing some members or really extending themselves in the team fights, such as we've seen Lancy do towards Aqua and Kusei, they don't really get to convert it in the same way that RSG is consistently doing. We are seeing the outer turret slowly being taken down here by RSG.
Oh!
There you go. The
So
engagement
clean.
that they need is actually
Jeez.
happening right
Might
before
not
their
be a
eyes.
20-minute
The
game, I
box
lied.
is being activated as we speak, and Minana are able to defend at least for the meantime.
And they're able to go 1 for 1, 2 for 1 now.
For
Kirk's
one.
fallen, and with that, RSG are happy with what they got. They took a tier 2 up top, and Minana Evos are left reeling. It's not an easy go. Minana Evos still in this. 3K
Nats,
ahead for
bro,
RSG,
2-0 and 5
they're
right
going
now.
For more.
They seem to be able to take more here with Kusei and a big tank minion up on mid. So that's another T2 going down for Minana.
That's all of them now.
Oh no.
That's all of them now. Lord coming in about a minute and a half, and just like that, Minana Evos have to consider. Good thing that they have great wave clear. They have.
If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the
mid-range
like
wave
and
clear,
subscribe or like
but
button. I'd really appreciate it. It helps. Take a second to do that.
Yeah. And the
Only takes a
difference
second of
is
your time.
that we're seeing how RSG, they're able to really calculate to who they're using their skills up against. The engages coming in from Nats, they're very beautifully executed, but right now, Lancy, speaking of,
Watch out,
He's
watch
not-
out, watch out.
He's not playing
Oh.
around here. Forces Light to use that wild charge.
that is why you feel, or we feel, how confident Lancy is whenever he gets his hands on the Lilia, because he's able to perform that way. He's actually able to bring so much impact that you don't often notice whenever there's a very messy team fight that's happening, because he's literally just looking for the targets and using all his glooms on those targets. All the while, probably RSG is focused on taking down either Kirk or avoiding the setups coming in from Spider Miles.
All right, you're getting me confused now. I don't know what I like now better. Lancy on a Lilia, which is like a close range to mid-range mage, or Lancy on a Novaria, which is a long-range mage, because he's proven himself. Again, at the most clutch of times, 30 minutes, 35 minutes in, he rarely misses his recalls, rarely misses his echoes. So now, with this Luminous Lord spawning, it's RSG first to the scene. Final slash!
Oh.
It's the conceal activated here for RSG.
Oh,
they
it's a lot
will
of
have
damage
that
on the
available,
Kaizen.
but They will be able to take
Deleted.
out Kaizen, which is huge here.
What was he doing,
for
bro?
RSG. They could take it. It's
What
a
was he
4v5,
doing?
So Minana have to be careful. They
Whoa.
have that box.
They're forcing
Kirk is
it.
actually
What was
quite handy
Kaizen
still,
doing,
but
bro?
They don't have the retribution, and they
My
know
guy
it.
just walked
RSG
in.
knows it. They're forcing Minana back.
Kingslayer score, a Lord here, 2 in a row. Luminous gonna be marching up top. This is huge. Minana Evos, I don't know why they stayed maybe a second too longer. Maybe they were thinking, hey, Doming is here. We have a big Minoan Fury. We can force something.
Yeah, try to bait it.
But
yeah.
RSG spacing themselves out, and RSG
Now it might be G's.
Echo, which allows them to
Might not
confirm,
be a
hey,
20-minute
they're
game.
not in a
Never
position
mind.
to do so.
Yeah, and they also kind of lost the, I think, the aggression that they could have used, since there was no more ultimate here for Lancy. He was immediately forced to use the black shoes. And right now that they're managing the lanes pretty well, RSG, they're definitely looking to take down these inhibitor turrets. Minana Evos, if we were to look at their lineup, they have this capability of actually going for the counter engage or turning around the fights, so long as they might just want to go for the engage first, because if Nats once again finds the perfect opportunity, such as a while ago, that might not be the same situation.
Oh, Nats, he used up the final slash there, trying to see if he can bait out someone to use a flicker, and that will be on cooldown for the next few seconds. Now the push is happening here on bottom side. They clear those minions.
They take care of that Lord, but they do.
Why would
lose
MSC
inhibitor.
ban imports,
Take
though?
a chunk out of top, a little bit off of bottom, mid rather, that is, and then a little bit of bottom. So far, I'd say the Harith in Doming's hands is still a threat. He just has to find the right time to do so. But what's troubling me is the macro picture. All of Minana Evos' damage, or at least the solid core type of damage, is magic.
Yep. That is why they feel that is a huge problem. But
Oh,
speaking
no.
of problem,
Yeah, big problems brewing here with
Here's the
Nancy
thing,
quite
here's
low,
why MSC
and
would never
the final
ban it,
slash being
like,
used
so-
to force Kirk out of the base.
Esports World
Uses
Cup, like the whole
everything,
thing,
but the
is
kitchen
about
sink is just
orgs.
trying
It's
to
about
stay
sports
alive.
clubs,
That
esports
looks like
clubs.
Minana
It's not really about
is
countries.
just gonna have to wait again for the
Yeah.
next minion waves. That's
Like their
all the
whole
gold they're
thing
getting.
is about
you can also feel how
finding
RSG is actually being
the
very
best
decent or
esports
respectful
club in the
of
world and having
capabilities
multiple
of
genres
Minana
of
to actually turn
games.
things around.
And for
Again,
esports,
they still know that Spider Miles
and for
can pull off that
organizations to have
Terminal and
multiple
Fury surprise
teams in
attack
different
whenever they
games
try
so that
to
they
flip
can
or
win multiple
instead block,
genres
there
and
is
be
a lord that's
crowned
coming in 50
the
seconds, so they
best
can afford
org
to
in the
lose a
world,
member. Now that
right?
we've reached
It's
the
very
60-minute
heavily
mark,
focused
and
on the
again, RSG,
org
they typically
and
end their
much
games
less focused on
within
the
15
country.
minutes.
And that's important because RSG are all playing
So,
with flickers. None of them have any.
there's no way that
panic buttons.
they-
None of them
they
have, like,
ban,
Purify. None
imports.
Of them. Aqua's the closest thing we've got with the.
That's like the
Astral
whole
recall,
thing
like,
about the
way
whole
that he's able to
EWC.
move
Around,
out
yeah.
and phase out, right? That's why he's the one allowed to do
in
this.
Saudi.
Look at this, how close he is.
Yeah, he can do stuff like that and still make a good escape because he can go through walls.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, and again, RSG are playing with that range. They're playing with, or against Minana Evos' solid box with range and vision. And which is why I'm curious, in the draft, Minana Evos, they decided to draft this heavily, this aggressively. Oh, dive, oh, coming in.
Well, speaking of aggressively, they go straight for Kazin, who procced it. Activated the Winter Truncheon very early on to make sure he doesn't go down again. But look at the follow-up wild charge here from Light. It is
Oh.
huge. They take out the two main
GGs.
tanks of
GGs.
Minana, and the chase is on.
Oh, they committed the Zaman Force. They committed the Detonus Welcome. Canceled it at the last minute, and RSG punished them hard. 2 for none. Plus, an evolved Lord all the way. RSG, big dub.
You would typically think that it was the moment for the disengage. There was a lord that will be picked up right after, but Light thought that no, since you did not commit
GGs.
the Minoan Fury, and we all thought that you would, which caused us to go for, or to actually move back a bit, then we will go for the engage this time. And that really eventually turned into the 2 kills that was able to force or cause RSG to confidently take.
Manana just has no way to get to the back line, and Spider Miles can't set shit up
Just
right
when you
now,
thought he was
bro.
safe with the Winter Truncheon,
Yeah.
Light just makes such a huge move.
He's been
It's
so
impressive.
bad at
Could have
setting
been the
up.
perfect turnaround, the perfect bait play,
Yeah.
but there was a little bit of a little bit of hesitation that caused Minana Evos to be on the receiving end of this huge siege. RSG already inside their base. The Kingslayers want to come in, the Raiders. All the waves coming through top, mid, and bottom. And they're going to take care of the Lord, though.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, a successful defense by Minana.
Their box is still pretty good, but it's starting to become softer and softer the more items Aqua accumulates. That's a big problem here with this one.
Yeah, but also another thing that we might probably want to pay attention to is how this is slowly turning into Minana's timers as well. Like, this is the mid to late game where we've seen Minana perform and actually make those very game-changing decisions whenever we reach this point of the game. So now that even if we're seeing them in this very difficult situation with no inhibitor turrets left, and I think just one inhibitor turret taken down from RSG, this might just slowly turn into a time where Minana, they will be able to pull off those surprise decisions that even I might not expect them to do.
It is almost Hukbo hour, as they say. About 15 seconds away from the 20-minute mark. Looking at HH. Looking at RSG PH's item.
Mashudo, we need Echo.
Has some form
Echo
of
needs
magic
to
defense,
have the comeback this season, bro. Echo's got to take down your boy Flap.
Said, again, Minana Evos have
Echo's got to do it, man.
Carefully place and cater their damage out to RSG.
Yep.
And that's difficult. That's so much easier said than done.
We need them to make it happen. I know Minotaur's not doing anything at all, bro.
The damage is but wait!
Yeah,
He's literally their like Minotaur's their only way to really.
Get back into the game
Bro, Kaizen,
but
you're just
Jose
always
looks like
alone
he's
up front, bro.
Kaizen can't sustain against that long against carry.
Okay, so good news and bad news.
Bro, we'll see tomorrow.
No one died. They
No one
were
died.
able to
That's
walk
good.
away with it.
Yeah.
Bad news is it doesn't help their situation. The rest of the waves are still crashing into their base. It's not like they get any closer to this Lord spawning in the upper quarter of the map here. RSG still 7K ahead.
Yeah.
But every minute that passes, again, by hook or by crook, I can't give any logical reasoning to this. There's no science to
Oh,
it.
don't worry.
Minana
Tomorrow we'll
Evos
be
is
rocking the
better
Echo
than
outfit.
late game.
Don't worry.
I can start to feel how the pressure is slowly
Don't worry.
getting higher. Whenever there's a clash, if you're here in the venue, the drums just start to play right when there's a clash. So you can start to feel all the more pressure. But right now, there's the Lord that's spawned here on the top lane. And this might just be a very crucial Lord for both of these teams.
Here we go. RSG, Nana E, they're saying let's dance. Demon Kite pushing Kaizen away. Lord here at a fourth of its fifth. And they go in!
Yeah, everyone's on vision right now because of the Astral Echo. And Kaizen is going to be up to it. He dies right away again. He's the first to fall, followed by Spider Miles.
Kaizen always dies first, bro. Why do they even, bro?
Stay alive, but
Minana's
it's becoming
like
harder and harder to do that as time goes
literally
on.
like
Doming's in the back line.
Domang!
Activates the Zama
Domang!
Force, going for someone
No.
to take down, and he takes
Nothing
out
you can do, bro.
Hossein.
Oh no!
Nothing you can do, bro.
Not enough shields! Aqua takes him down!
He loses it.
That's
it's
it,
all
GG's.
up to Kirk now. And what's it gonna be?
The mid lane!
The mid lane's walking. They don't need the Lord. That just definitely will be it.
22 minutes in. RSGPH
Whoa.
get a win.
GG's.
A sweep against Minana.
2-0.
What a way to end that game. A
Ooh.
2-0 sweep. That's 3 points
Ugh.
for RSG. They definitely wanted this. And I think their performance speaks volumes of how badly they really wanted to get this win.
That was very insane. And the way that, you know what, RSG is just knowing what to do time and time again. And I think they did realize their win condition, right?
Bro, it's going to be
They
a
don't
double
have
sweep
escape buttons.
tonight.
They have flickers to engage, and they use it to its full potential.
Luckily, they were, what, 5K, 6K consistently. Also
Double sweep tonight, guys?
Late and then crossing the 20-minute mark. I'll have to be
That'd
honest
be
with you.
gross.
I actually thought Minana Evos almost got something.
Early night
They were
tonight.
building up to it, but the logic and the fundamentals of the game just did not allow for it. It was so hard for them to actually place anything on the RSG. That was a clear threat. So here we see the Kingslayers, RSGPH crossing over to Minana Evos' camp, giving their fist bumps, sportsmanship and respect across both franchises. And again, as a fan of Minana Evos, right, as a member of the Okbo, you gotta be wondering, where else do they go? How can they fix things? It was a long break. They had a lot of time.
Yeah, I felt like they changed up quite a bit, especially with that Game 1 draft. But it didn't really hit it. It didn't stick. So where do they go from here?
Yeah, I think we're seeing how they really have to hold on what they think or they know works for them. But RSG, it seems like they really know what works for them this time.
We're going to go to the stage with Mara and Hans to talk about RSG's win.
Congratulations to RSG Philippines. Let's give them a round of applause.
Hey,
It's
Mara.
nice to see you again, guys.
Wait lang, tutulak ko sila dyan banda ah. Medyo lumalayo sila sa'yo eh.
Palagi silang lumalayo sa akin. You guys had a nice, almost 2
Bro,
weeks
look at Mara's
break.
shoes.
What did you guys do? Did you guys get to see your family or was it all training?
He's like,
Saan ka nakatingin?
Nagsisona
Anong
ako siya,
iniisip mo
nagsisona.
habang tinitignan mo yung sahig?
Ano lang, nag-practice pa rin, tapos konting break lang, tapos yun, continue ulit this week ng practice ko.
Okay.
I see.
Nag-practice pa din konting break lang.
Okay, I also wanna commend si Jose. Si Jose, like, can you give the, ano to Jose? Kasi ngayon parang mas evident yung naging laro mo compared to the previous 2 weeks, specifically in this series. Power spikes, ano ba nangyari during the break na parang sobrang, are you now more comfortable in MPL-PH? Yung adjustment is finally done na ba? Tapos na?
Oo, nakapag-adjust na ako sa adjustment sa MPL-PH.
Yeah, honestly, I almost didn't even stream tonight's matches just because I knew tomorrow was going to be like the big matches.
You love to see it.
At ito naman, para to kay Nats. Nats, perfect game, 3-0-8 with your R-Lot. In fact, nung first lumabas, wait, tapos na yung laban. Hold on. Nung una lumabas yung R-Lot, only mga dalawang MPL players did really well, dominated with it, ikaw and Edward. But Kirk, he's #1 global. He's global R-Lot right now,
One of the
highest
best.
win rate. Pero we all know ikaw ang unang magaling humawak kay R-Lot. So para sa'yo, sino ba talaga yung mas magaling?
Did you see no Arlot? Becca win, I will not push rank.
Ba't bigla ka nahiya?
But you won't be pushing rank for a while, bro.
Biglang nahiya. No, seriously, yung totoo.
Pantay-pantay lang po para sa akin kasi sa Arlot lang po eh.
Last day for NACT regular season, yeah, tomorrow.
Kailangan communication sa team.
Saturday. Sunday morning for Southeast Asia.
Okay. You know, may napansin din ako, Hans.
Ano yan?
Na ang lumabas today, si Coach
Coach
Daliot.
I agree. And I think everybody else is happy about it.
Yeah, we're all wondering, Coach Panda, you know what? We've all known you as a perfectionist. You want things done a certain way. But this time, you took a step back, and now Coach Daliot took over. What is it that you saw in Coach Daliot that now he took over for today's series?
Sabi ko ba ito ang reason? Ano lang po ata, kaya lang ba ata nag-ano si Coach Daliot po yung nag-fist bump is para po sa player ng si Yan. Yun lang po.
Yung gusto ko sana magkaroon ng moment sa dati kong player na coach ngayon ng Minana, si Coach Bitoy. Pero
Mara Rose from MSC.
Yung nag-fist bump sa akin, so medyo
Mara Rose Odin, bro.
malungkot ako ngayon. Kay Bitoy po, proud na proud po ako kay Bitoy kung nasan man siya ngayon. And hopefully na na magkaroon pa kami ng mga exciting laban, especially sa next round. So, yun.
I feel like this time around, alamin natin kung sino nga ba yung Game 2 MVP because of a stellar performance. So I feel like it's now time.
Who do you guys think it is? MVP for Game 2?
Alright, I'm hearing some names.
I hear some. And the MVP is Nats. Nats, congratulations. Ikaw ang MVP. Anong gusto mong sabihin sa lahat ng mga supporters niyo?
First of all, thank you po sa mga nanood ngayon and thank you rin sa mga teammates kasi pinakita namin na kaya pa din namin and thank you lang sa mga coach dahil sa magandang draft nila and yun lang, thank you sa lahat.
Alright,
2-week vacation, baby.
once
Yeah,
again.
friendo.
Let's
Sorry, I
give
had to
a
read
big round of
something.
applause. And RSG Philippines, you may now take your bow. And take your walk of victory. RSG Philippines, kitang-kita na super worth it yung ating break. They swept their opponent with a stellar performance.
Just like what Kuseas mentioned a while ago, mas may tapang na ang laro ng mga Raiders and we can't wait to see what the others will say about this too.
And let's see what the casters have to say about that game. Casters, pasok.
What's up, Doc? We're back
Pasok.
at the desk here with Brigida, Rockhart, and of course Leo at your service.
Pasok.
Very well earned MVP
Pasok.
performance there by Nats for game
Pasok.
number 2, and they're right. When you're looking for a power spike, you have to find it across the board, and how he set it up to be Demon Kite, eventually it turned out to be the two side laners,
Yeah.
Kusei and Nats. Brigida, talk to us exactly why it's Nats who's the MVP.
Right now, I think we have to give it to Nats simply because of just how impactful the final slashes were in this particular game as compared to what we've seen from that Arlot in game number 1. This or this time, this Arlot had all the more opportunities to really go in. There was no, or there wasn't much answer to just the engages or the dives that RSG wanted to go for up against Minana Evos. Again, we've seen them pick up the thumbs instead of any other XP laner who could have also provided some crowd control, and they were very reliant.
Bro, I really want to listen to this
Spider-Miles here
freaking
to provide the main crowd control here for
I really want to
so
listen to
they
this
actually
verse, bro.
Found it to be quite a struggle when it came to the latter portions of the game, and as we've seen it right now here, there were a lot of objectives that were really in favor.
I want to
of
listen to this
RSG,
J.
and
Cole
these
album,
were
baby.
Those moments we're talking about where Nats was really able to shine, just providing the best possible setups right when the Lord was already near that inhibitor turret, and when all of his teammates were also near to provide the follow-up and the damage. And this, I think, is one of the biggest things that was lacking in terms of how Minana played their lineup earlier today. So there were times when they were kind of hesitant when wanting to go for the engage, and this was one of the few times that they weren't. But Spider-Miles, upon actually deciding to pull off this Minoan Fury, Doming was way too far, or there was a lack of immediate follow-up coming in from Minana. And we're seeing right now that the moment Doming decided to use that Salmon Force, he was already surrounded by the rest of the members of RSG, and there was little to no help that could be provided to him. Also, simply because Kirk, he was also busy doing his thing, and he eventually was chased down by the other members here of RSG. So there were a lot of times wherein they did not feel like they were able to really connect or communicate well in terms of what they wanted to do, in terms of how they wanted to layer their skills.
What do we
as
do
well as
next?
their plans when executing and pulling off a team fight. But ultimately, it was really also because RSG, they also
Bro, next game is gonna
already
just be a
what
sweep,
they had
bro.
to do with their lineup and with their teammates and how they were supposed to help and aid one another. Surprisingly, Aqua also chose the rapid boots for his build here. So aside from the fact that he was the one who was most capable of actually really showing up in the front lines or dealing the pokes against Minana, he also had that additional movement speed which allowed him to be a little bit more higher in terms of mobility, so he was able to escape better as compared to the typical Navaria using the Astral Recall or just to pass
Yeah,
through the
honestly,
wall.
bro,
So right now,
honest.
we're also seeing
This game,
the
I thought
amount
this game
of
was going to be
damage
much
that was
closer. It was
dealt
kind of
here by both
disappointing.
of our mid
It was a
laners.
2-0, so like RSG just
Significantly
stomped.
higher compared to the rest, but also we have to give it to Aqua for being the carry in this game. So using this Novaria, who did not
Might call it. We
have
might just have a chill
boost
early
with
night. We
the
might just go back to
was
sleep,
able to be
honestly,
the
man.
highest damage among all members
Not gonna
in this
lie,
match.
guys.
And Demon Kite, who
This
also
was the game I was
decided-
kind of
who was the
excited for
only
tonight,
player
and
who
it just
decided
turned
to
into a
pick up the Radiant armor
stomp fest.
earlier, could show us here just also how well-rounded his farming pattern was.
Yeah,
and
we're
how
probably
all
just gonna go
around
back to
all
sleep,
over the
guys.
map he
I'm
was
sorry.
able to
Sorry I
be
forgot your guys'
whenever
hopes
his
up for a good
teammates
stream.
needed him as well. So I think that was one of the biggest things that could set apart like how Demon Kite was able to perform in this game and all previous games. He was really there to support and take the hit for his team. So he was ready to take on the glooms from a Lancy here as compared to all the other members, and that was able to really help them pretty well in positioning and getting them
Tomorrow,
against
though,
the damage dealers.
We're probably going to
Alright,
watch all
earliest
3
5 minutes
games.
we
I
saw
don't have
Luda
work
going
on
MPL,
Saturday because I'm
and that was
casting on
supported
Saturday.
by own personal theory,
And
junglers
that
don't
doesn't
have
start
real
till
power spike, at least now in
4:30,
the
and
Philippines.
Baby Dino's staying at
They just
Nana's all
do the
Saturday.
thing, right?
So I can like
Ladies and
really
gentlemen, we have a live
watch
stream
all the
viewer
games
rewards
if I
up
want
on
and
the
then
MPL
sleep
TikTok.
after
Just watch the matches
until
on the MPL
NACT.
TikTok
So
to join and win a goodie bag lottery. And
we'll
here,
probably
Rocket
start
Joe,
early.
Yeah, just go to TikTok and go to MPL.
Tomorrow
Philippines
starts
channel
at what time?
MPL-PH_official.
Does
Go to
tomorrow
the
start
live
at?
stream, and then on the top left,
Hold on.
that side.
Tomorrow starts
you
at
will
4,
see
right? Or does it
the-
start earlier?
The join the
Yeah,
good
tomorrow
bad
starts at
lottery.
4, so we might even start at like 3 tomorrow. Start like an hour early, or like start at like 3:30 tomorrow. Watch RSG versus TNC, then watch Echo versus AP Bren.
The goodie bag lottery. Ladies and
Watch
gentlemen,
Echo
that was
beat
just
AP
one
Bren.
of the 2 best of 3s we're going to be seeing tonight, because up next we've got the world champions defending.
See you guys
MPL
next time.
Philippines